Welcome to Vox Scream, a Kill Team podcast where we aim to help players of all skill levels supercharge their game and separate the signal from the noise. I'm Mark Meyer, joined by Kill Team heavyweights George Pratt and Joe Gallo. We're coming to you from the Triangle region in North Carolina. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show. Welcome back to another episode of Vox Scream. We are recording live at the end of the Kill Team tournament, Grand Tournament at Nova. I'm joined, as always, by George Pratt and Joe Gallo, but we are also joined today by Travis from Just Another Kill Team podcast. How's it going, man?
Here to hang out and talk a little bit about some of the exciting news.
Yeah. You did not take part in the GT.
I took part in the first day. I went 2-1-1 with Casterkin, playing a team that you famously have to put the boot all the way through someone's chest, because if you take the gas off the pedal, the commandos and the scouts will kill you, and there's nothing you can do about it, so you just have to make it miserable. So, you know, it was a fun tournament.
Yeah,
for the 4 rounds I played.
Yeah, I started this tournament. I took Brood Bros. I was gonna do Sweaty Try Hard. Say that 5 times fast because I can't say it once. And I paired up to Mike Cortez in round 1, day 1 mirror match, and I was like, all right, I lost. It wasn't even a big loss. I'm out of the top 8. I'm just gonna vibe the rest of the time.
To be fair, you know, we had enough competitive players with enough golden tickets where 3-1 was, you know,
was
a very
minimum.
competitive 3-1 was doable, which
Yeah.
it did happen, and some people did drop out of the top 8. So it was in reach.
It was in reach, but then I also messed up round 4 with I just rolled ones. I needed to roll not ones. That was it.
George, I think the victory you should take away from this weekend is your undefeated record with Exaction Squad in the team
that's right.
tournament.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely arresting people.
The 3 of you went and played in the team tournament. How'd it go?
So we were on 2 separate teams. Joe and I were on a team with Eddie, who ended up being the #1 Eldari player in the Grand Tournament. And then George was on a team with some of our fellow friends from Atomic Empire in Durham.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
So we had to play against George's team in the first round, and
Yeah,
George
it was rough.
smoked my Gellerpox with his Exaction Squad.
Yeah.
It was pretty brutal, man.
Man, listen, I've been playing a lot of games. Gellerpox generally bully a lot of teams. Exaction is the one team they can't just bully.
Yeah,
Certainly
Shields.
not.
Yeah, Exaction bully them instead. It's kind of nice.
Which is crazy. Like, you just think of a little guy, a cop, and he runs up to a guy 3 stories tall and goes, no.
It just says stop resisting.
It's crazy.
You know, in lore, Ogre Slab Shields do basically just do the same thing. Like, oh, I'm gonna get shot by a Custodes tank that was made for 3 million years. Like, just one big chonky boy with a slab shield. It's like, it's fine.
It's
not that far off. This is just the Kill Team-ified version of it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And I played Scouts through team tournament. I went undefeated. That was fun. You played Gellerpox.
Yeah, I went 1-2 with the team tournament. A pretty close game at the end, and a pretty not close game against George, and my win was pretty convincing.
Yeah, I personally won all 3 games in the team tournament. The only rounds that my team won was the first one against when I went up against my co-hosts here, and then we lost the other 2 rounds, unfortunately. And then out of my teammates in the GT, one of them was a bracket below me, and the other one was 2 or 3 brackets above me, playing the same teams. But I was the one who switched, so clearly I was the one who was wrong.
Yeah, clearly.
It was me. I was the problem.
And then I also played in the narrative. Narrative tournament was super fun. A lot of very new players just vibing, and I helped explain a lot of stuff to them. And some of the boards were very wacky, like the trench boards, where it was like all light cover. It was very fun. I definitely want to see like more expanded that. I'm really curious what how much narrative is going to expand with 3rd edition too, because I think a lot of people really like playing narrative skirmish games. Like, I think Necromunda is so popular for that reason. So I would like to see Kill Team kind of get that expansion too. But that was a ton of fun. And then Greg, I believe, was the one who organized that one specifically. He did a great job. I think 2nd time ever hosting an event, period. So he did very good TOing.
Yeah, I mean, I walked by a little bit on Thursday, and it seemed like it was really well run. And to your point, the boards were insane. Like, that alone would make me want to try the narrative tournament next year.
I like the board with all the spires with the guns in them.
Oh, yeah.
That was cool looking.
I mean, plus some of the crazy equipment options you can get, like the rare equipment, the battle honors. It's just, it's fun.
Well, we don't know if battle honors and other things from this narrative round of Kill Team are going to move on to the 3rd edition, but we did learn a lot last night from the live stream. We're recording this again on Sunday, so we learned a lot from last night's live stream about what is going to change in 3rd edition, and just initial impressions from you guys. Travis, what was the thing that just jumped out at you like first, or like the coolest thing that you saw?
I am pretty excited for how most things seem to be flowing. It seems like a lot of the options have been to make things less punishing for a brand new player. You know, just making some stuff less binary. So I think that's good, and I think the terrain looks really good. The new teams play in a very interesting way. Perhaps, you know, watching that game, it seems like the Vespid might be at somewhat of a disadvantage if you're going to play very competitively, because you got to hang back and not just get orbital dropped. Because it turns out Melta grenades are not fun when you can't do anything about it. So
As it turns out, this Melta gun is moving up the board, and you can't do anything about it. Yeah, rough.
well, I mean, the thing you do about it, as we watched in that game, was just I'll just wait for 2 turns, and then I have fly, so I'll be there. I'll be there when it matters.
Yeah, super, super interesting. I'm really excited. Yeah, like Travis said, a lot less things are becoming binary. But I like that cover and obscuring is becoming binary. So you're either in cover or you're obscured, or out in the open. So like that, there's no I'm just more than an inch, but not quite more than 2 inches, and so I'm in this terrible no man's land, which feels just awful. It's like the first time you get hit by that. The donut of death. I really like everything that we've seen. I like how new obscuring works, where you can still take the shot, but you're heavily disadvantaged. But
like I said, it's better for newer players and that first experience where you're like, well, you can't shoot me, or you can, but it's probably not a good idea. But if you really want to, at least you can get the joy of rolling dice, which is very important. And you're like, and every once in a while, you know, maybe if you shoot a plasma gun through it, it doesn't really matter if you take away some of the dice, because you're like, oh, I'm just going to take a bunch of damage and die anyways, which is good, because then it lets people make choices. And for competitive players, we're like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to go take this weird shot. But for some guns, it's better, you know, if you have.
I mean, if you can get a Melta gun shot off on someone obscured, who cares if all your crits turn to normals? It's still piercing too.
With 6 damage,
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, for me, Counteract. Counteract is kind of, in a lot of ways, now that it's been explained to us of how it works and the mechanics, and I actually asked a lot of the design folks, like poking and prodding and stuff of like, oh, can you do this, can you do that? It seems like kind of the missing component that like we all kind of vaguely felt was like not there, and now everyone's like, oh, of course, this is the way it always should have been, or at least that seems to be the general reaction I've kind of gleaned from folks.
It might be good to kind of like level set for anyone who hasn't watched the live stream for whatever, you know, what changed between what was Counteract and what is Counteract, because I know, you know, right now we've got Guard and we've got Overwatch, and those are like 2 different things. I know a lot of players always wish that you know, for elites, you could do something else outside of just shooting, because maybe shooting is not always the best option.
No, and it typically isn't, honestly.
Yeah,
really.
So you guys want to like, you know,
let's
go from the top. What's Counteract?
So Counteract right now, the way that it was explained to me is that if you aren't engaged and you're out of activations, you can just straight up do 1 APL action. So it could be shoot, it could be fight, it could be, you know, do the mission objective, whatever it is. And that'll be interesting too with designs going forward, because some operators may have really interesting APL actions that they're able to do now off activation. But the way it used to work with Overwatch is you're out of activations, you can just shoot, and you are hitting 1 worse.
Shoot with a penalty.
And people come and give you hugs.
Yeah.
We're not here for boxing. We're here for guns and beating people to death. We're not here to like, let's just hug it out for a little second, and the next turn you can kill me.
Yeah, and it felt bad. I mean, some teams like Legionnaire, I feel like they were almost designed around like particularly getting rid of that negative of Legionnaires, because they obviously never usually took the penalty, because Nurgle was usually the best. But now we're in an interesting place where we don't need to really design around that anymore. So it leaves a giant question mark of like, where does Nemesis Claw stand? Where does Legionnaire stand? Where does Intercession stand? Because I think for me, like in particular with Vox Scream, being able to shut down operatives now may be a little too strong in the new edition, because
we'll see, because we're getting new rules for old teams.
Yeah.
And that tells me they must have done an extensive rework of every team, given particularly Counteract, the way that the first turning point plays out now.
I mean, maybe, but I don't think they did that in much of an extensive rework.
Well, because that's the thing is, there were so many abilities that popped into my head that I'm like, oh, this is broken on this new system. Oh, this is broken on this new system. I mean, for example, one that immediately popped into my head, the Archon Crimson Fight thing. That's a 1 APL action.
Double fight?
Double fight.
So,
We saw the Commando Daka Boy, right?
Yes.
He still got 1 APL dash shoot, so
Same thing.
he's still there.
but instead of Relentless, you gain Ceaseless, but new Ceaseless is Cult Ambush.
Yes.
So Ceaseless is even better Ceaseless.
Yeah, that's also true. So still that was immediately what stuck out to me.
To be fair, we're kind of over Ceaseless because basically no new teams are really using it.
Yeah.
So whatever. Like,
Fair.
I mean, I also like that they kind of explained that ammo crate equipment that Alexa took a little bit and how that's going to give operatives ceaseless, and that's going to help a lot of teams that just don't have access to rerolls, right?
Yeah, or the comms dish thing that increases aura ranges by 3 inches. Like 3 inches doesn't sound like a lot, but 3 inches is a lot of distance to increase
yeah,
what's a good
going
aura?
from 6 to 9 is a big
it's a
big
big
boost
jump.
in overall area coverage on a 30 by 22.
Like just calm someone 9 inches instead of 6. That's huge.
For the Star Strider's voltaic aura thing, that would go to 6, right?
I think it starts at.
It's
I mean, right now
2 inches.
it's 2, so it would go to 5.
Which is that's
pretty good.
That's a massive bubble you gotta not run around.
Yeah.
Very flavorful too. If you've got a Voltgeist field and a guy's just like, the Voltgeist field is extremely scary. Like, oh no, oh no.
That's interesting. How we feel about the new Turning Point 1 rules?
I think it'll be good for new players.
Yeah.
I think that's like really, if the goal for this new edition is to get more people to play, the for turn 1 stuff where the good player is like, oh, I'm going to be ahead by a jillion points.
Yeah.
And
I'll
just
just
like
go-
sit on you and watch you die.
Yeah.
It's probably better for us, as competitive people. It's probably like, I would like to have a reason to go out and do something, because
Right.
obviously for us, we're going to be like, well, I guess I'll just stage quietly.
Yeah. I think we should shed a little light on this, though.
Yeah.
The reason that the first Turning Point has changed is because we know exactly how the new scoring system works. So you've got crit op, which is what we currently would call our primary mission, right?
Yeah.
Loot, secure, the other one, capture.
And you cannot score those points on the first Turning Point. It
Yes.
works kind of similarly to other GW games where you get a point for controlling an objective and another one from controlling more. We saw that there's
On
only 3
secure,
objectives.
Yeah. So that was specifically secure. There's only 3 objectives on the board that we saw. That's probably the typical layout. And you get a point for controlling any amount of objectives and controlling more than your opponent.
Yeah.
And you can score 2 points per turn on your crit up maximum, and you can't score at turn 1.
Right, so a
6
maximum of 6.
Max of 6. And then there's always the kill up in addition to the crit up, which it has a nice little chart where if your team starts with this number of models,
Yeah.
by the end of the game, if you've killed this number, you get this many points.
Right.
Yeah, an
And
interesting
neat.
point on that. It was 5 max or like minimum.
so the way it works is
No,
that
you can score 6 on that as well.
I'm
is a-
saying the model count.
Joe, it is a maximum of 5 points, and to get 5, or it's a maximum of 6 points. If you table your opponent, you would get 5 points on your kill op. To get the 6th point, you have to have a higher kill grade than your opponent. That will give you the final point to max
Yeah,
kill
you
op.
could theoretically now kill someone and then die, and then
Yeah.
tie the game on kill grade, which would be hilarious.
Yeah, and so that's
Your final action,
And that was asymmetric scoring. So only one player can ever get max kill up.
Right.
And then finally, TAC ops, which are going to be hidden
Vastly
until
different,
revealed.
it looks like.
Yes, it
it's
seems
super
so.
interesting because there's no faction TAC ops. I spoke
Yeah.
to one of the guys, which I am not mad about.
No, me.
Like
I
as a
think it's
legionary
fair.
player, TAC ops are terrible. I only picked, archetype stuff. And
Make the
we-
game easier to balance too.
Yeah,
I think
so
that's
you
probably
just
a
have
big thing.
archetypes.
It's like,
Yes.
well, everyone's going to be designed around this. We don't have to be like, oh, we made a little oopsie and this one is definitely too strong, so
No,
now
we-
everyone's just going to do that.
Yeah.
I think that this is where so much of the nuance in competitive play is going to come out of, especially with some of the things with obscuring being tightened up to be less oppressive. I think that this is really going to be where the mind games start to happen. Obviously, just trying to and we forgot the primary op. The new primary is
Yeah,
you
the new
secretly
mechanic.
pick one of those 3 between crit op, kill op, and your tac op, and you score double points on it at the end of the game.
You go 50%.
Get
more.
50%.
50%.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you've
50%, I think there was a rounding mechanic.
Yeah.
It rounds up.
half rounded up. Yes.
Yeah.
So you could
So-
get up to 3 extra points on it then.
because you can max out at 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to pick the one you think you're going to max or at least score the most on at the end of the game.
Half rounded up is
Is
4?
3. 6 divided by 2 is 3.
I'm just stupid. we're at like a max of 21, 20,
21.
21 and then
6,
23 with Battle Ready, of
6,
course,
6,
which they never talked
yeah.
about. So is that going away?
Probably
Are we
not.
finally allowed at GW events to come in with fully gray models?
No, please, God, put effort in, please.
Listen,
Eddie will never paint a team again.
I hate painting, and I paint all my models because I cannot play with gray plastic. And I hate painting.
Just take a page out of Mike Cortez and a Zenithal dry brush.
Oh my God. So I played Mike Cortez in round 1 of the GT, and I mean, the models look interesting. They are hard to tell apart on the table.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You could probably color code them a little bit, and I think that would help. Like, I don't have a problem with that being a 3-color scheme. Technically, he's right. There's like gray, white, and black. That's fine.
Yeah,
but make your specialists, have a pop of red for Sin City vibes. Do blue for some goons.
Yeah, get like
purple.
a glow
That's
for
what my Star
plasma,
Striders
so-
look like. I try to give like the Voidsman dudes are all red gold.
And, like,
Leaders got a little bit of everything.
They look good, but they are kind of hard to tell apart on the table.
Well, the lighting doesn't help at Nova. Like,
Oh my God.
as much as I really appreciate Nova, the spectacle and the size, and Matt doing a good job, GW helping out, making sure the terrain is nice. Having blue light for the whole time makes my eyes bleed. So I like the work. It's just like everything is blue. My phone is green.
It's definitely like making me feel more tired too. I mean, if 4 games in a day wasn't
Days,
just exhausting enough.
fluorescent, Hunter Clay to like pop in from like 3 miles away and see it from the other side of the room.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, yep. What other cool stuff? Oh, Vantage.
Yeah.
We gotta touch on Vantage.
I mean, in the terrain in general too. I mean,
Yeah,
if
I
you
like
want
it
to
a
launch on the Vantage, I want to talk
I
about
would-
Yeah, what
close
did they?
quarters.
What happened during the Vantage? I didn't catch the whole stream.
Okay, so the way Vantage works now is it's very powerful now. Vantage in the current edition, I personally feel is just on the wrong end of useful. So it's typically very unsafe.
Vantage's problem is it's a map design problem.
Yeah, it's a
is
map
that
design
everybody
problem.
doesn't want to get shot. So instead of having people take Vantage and get shot at, we've instead gone the way of like, oh, Vantage just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, but I think that's why it's just on the wrong side of useful, because it's generally very unsafe for the benefit it gives you. New Vantage is it still turns models from concealed to engage, but there's no light or heavy cover in the new edition. It's just all cover.
Oh, interesting.
So being on a Vantage just lets you shoot anyone, and if you are a level above your target, you just get to retain a hit. If you're 2 levels above your target, you retain 2 hits.
Interesting. So there's no light or heavy cover.
Yeah. And so everything is cover, everything is obscuring, but again, they moved obscuring to 1 inch. So basically, you're either going to be in cover or obscured as a binary.
I really like too how they sort of thought ahead about how obviously with the current rules for like snipers, this is going to be just insane. You can just hide behind like the little tiny pieces at the top of the second Vantage and wreak havoc. But we saw that that particular sniper on the Aquilons only gets to take 1 silent shot. The first shot it can take is silent, and then after that, it's got to flip to engage. So it'll be vulnerable up there just like everybody else.
Yeah, which I don't hate.
No, I think it's
Which
fair.
I pray that is an across-the-board thing. It should be.
It could be a good lever to like let some teams have cooler sniper rifles.
That's true.
And just be like more toxic and like at some point you have to have differences in the game. Like there's no game that's perfectly balanced where everything's
Right.
perfectly standardized. Like
100%.
if you find a team where you're like, oh, I guess this team does have the good sniper and that's part of their identity, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
let it
that's
have the
a good
bad
point.
sniper.
Yeah, like maybe the Kroot sniper rifle is good because Kroot have some issues because they're kind of squishy and like their breakpoints aren't great. That could be fine. It just depends on the balance of the overall game
Yeah,
system.
that's a good point.
I think we'll see largely sort of like a standardization of snipers with a few exceptions, right?
Yeah.
I think the blooded sniper may keep its current run around on silent, unconceal shtick, just because it's actually bad.
I thought the way that they're treating the buildings on the map is really cool. So if you are sort of in that lower level of the
Yeah,
enclosed
yeah.
building, It has similar rules to close combat on like Into
Close
the
quarters,
Dark.
yeah.
Close
They use
quarters, yes, thank you.
stronghold
Condensed
rule.
environments.
Condensed
Yes.
environments. So you'll get
God,
lethal
the frag
5 on
grenade. I'm
shots with
dying.
frags, or just grenades, blast
Yeah.
weapons,
Anyone you
splash.
target.
Sky blast weapons, perhaps.
Yeah.
Carpet bombs.
And this is another thing. Anyone you target in that area with a blast, splash, torrent weapon, you get lethal 5 against. And that is balanced out, and in quotes, balanced out by if you fight someone on the other side of the stronghold wall, they fight first. But like, just throw a grenade in there and never worry about it.
They show off grenades at during the stream?
They did stun, smoke, dropped a melt-a-bomb.
True. Yeah. But that was, from orbit where you ignore everything.
Yeah.
And we confirmed reading from the one of the books that frag grenades are now 2-4, and then crack grenades are 4-5. AP1 still, but both of them are now hitting on 4s.
Yeah, grenades hit on 4s now.
Do they have any other like massive changes for you guys?
So-
Did you guys actually peeped?
We peeped.
Apparently saturate is not indirect, it's just no cover.
Yes.
Which, if indirect has gone away,
I'm so happy about that.
I'm not upset about
I'm
it.
very happy.
Frankly.
Indirect was a dumb roll.
Listen, as I played a lot of Brood Bros. If I didn't throw a grenade on turn 1 with Brood Bros, something has gone wrong.
I think the interesting thing, there's a couple interesting things about grenades, right? So it hits on 4s, but a Grenadier operative, I think, will improve the ballistic skill event by 1.
We saw that.
A huge thing about grenades, smoke grenades, stun grenades, they don't have 2-inch radii anymore. They have 1-inch radius now. And so their effective range has been cut in half.
Are they still like points on the map?
Yes, it's still pick a point on the map. Smokes, however, last D3 activations the turn after you drop
The
it.
next turning point.
Yeah, so that it doesn't just go away and you're out in the open
Yeah.
like current smokes. And then
Or
stuns.
you get lucky and you're like, I'm going to camp here for a little bit longer and watch
Yeah,
what you do.
and you can still shoot them. They're obscured, but like
You can
know,
also get within 2 and just ignore the smoke grenade now.
yeah, which is also fair. And then stuns hit on 3s instead of 4s, which I think is a huge deal.
Absolutely. More targeted, but more effective.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all want to talk about a little bit about Nova and how that went?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Joe, you had a pretty good weekend. I mean, you played 4 days of Kill Team.
God, yeah, I did. The narrative was just my fun day, so I don't really think of it that way. But yeah, I got 14th place with Scouts. I went 4-3 on the day. My losses were to Mike Cortez.
Good player.
Yeah, great player. Alexander Miller, who was on Elucidian Star Striders.
Out of the New York area. Yeah.
Yes.
Go, Alex.
And I'm blanking on my last person who I lost to, but all of them were close. I was I think, within 5 points in all my losses. Some of it came down to dice, some of it came down to mistakes on my part. But I had a lot of fun. Scouts are strong. Scouts are real strong. I would really like to see the Knights go to 4-5 and maybe take away that extra body. Like I said, a lot of it's going to depend on like what the lethality of stuff is going to look like now.
Yeah, 4-6-9 is silly.
I think you probably need 10 operatives to
I
function.
think they
I think
need
so
10
too.
operatives, but they didn't need power knives.
They didn't know Power
probably
Knives. That felt like a end of edition goodie that somebody at GW was playing Scouts and was like, please give them this, But I'll take it. I mean, it's great. The big thing is with them is they're 2 APL, and that is their biggest weakness. When a Star Strider, for example, can out APL a Scout and bully them on a point, it makes it hard to kind of counteract, especially if you lose your Sergeant. If you really need to keep the Sergeant around, he is like one of the
Huge deal.
Yeah, most crucial operatives on that team.
Yep.
Weird quirk. I played one open board the entire run into Grand. I was into Dark the rest of the time, which I told my opponents they didn't mind. So is what it is there. But yeah, I'm really happy with my performance. Felt like a very good swan song to the end of this edition.
Yeah, man. You played great.
It's the highest I've performed here at Nova, and yeah.
Oh yeah, brother.
Congratulations to Benjamin for getting the golden ticket.
Yeah.
Travis, you want to tell us about your day yesterday or anything fun you did today?
Oh yeah, I give a little call out to me playing Kasserkin as just for fun. All right, I'll play the tournament, and I have to play correctly the whole time. And if someone feels like they're having a bad time, I need to make sure they have a bad time because I only have 8 wounds on a 4-up save, and I got 10 dudes. So the 5 guns need to basically all kill someone. And the elite points are like, yeah, we're here to make sure that happens. And it was rough. My one loss was against a local player, James M, who plays is a Texan who lives in New York and plays all over the place. He's been at, I think, most of the big Texas tournaments. Beat me on Scouts when I was playing Kasserkin. It was fun. Fired a couple plasma guns that did nothing, which is important.
Ooh, yeah, that's
important.
rough.
I lost my leader when I should have probably just relocated that and let the plasma gun with +1 APL die. That's fine. Ultimately, it's not too bad. The other games were a tie in the first round to a nice Scottish gentleman, another player from Texas on Gellerpox who was taking Eye Stinger Swarms, which probably is not what you want to do against Kasserkin when literally any stray damage makes everything that much harder. And my last round was in Commandos again. So 2 Commandos, 1 Scout, 1 Gellerpox. Taking the win against one of the Commandos, one of the Gellerpox. Tying the first one. So it was a fun tournament.
Yeah.
Did some other stuff, which I'm sure will come out at some point. So
Right on.
Hell
right
yeah,
on.
hell yeah. That sounds like it was a tough run though. Like Gellerpox feel tough as Kasserkin.
So
Commandos feel tough as Kasserkin.
of the opinion that Kasserkin are probably pretty good, but they're probably better in the meta where things are more people want to run 9 and 8 activation teams, or even the 14 activation teams where you will just play mid-range, go dunk a 7-wound operative. So I kind of wish I had played Brood Bros just to see what the matchup felt like, but the 10-wound stat check teams are kind of rough because you basically have to do the asymmetric trade and you have to reposition out of wherever their next threat bubble is. You need to see it.
Yeah.
So I did an okay job. I actually played a pretty solid game, I think, against the Scouts, but I never went first, which was rough.
It's
hard.
Which
Yeah,
hurts.
it was rough.
on
Very
Kasserkin.
rough.
To be
Very
fair, and I think in the directly next game, in the first game, I won all of my initiatives. So,
Yeah.
so I think they're fun. They're pretty good. I think if I played today, I probably would have done okay.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's just a scary team, and I have to feel like a bad person. I feel like the bad man when I'm like, ah.
Yeah, you have to-
feel bad that like the plasma gun killed you and he ran away, and the melta gun did it, and I'm like, ooh. Because I'm gonna reposition this. I played on In the Dark, and In the Dark, Kasserkin are very amusing. Because
Yeah.
you sit in the corner, and your opponent's like, okay, I'm gonna go deal with these guys on guard by running into the corner. And like, okay, they're all in a big small bubble. No one can charge. Cool. All right, I'm gonna go. I got 3 AP. I'm gonna go over here and dunk that dude. So it doesn't matter if you get first or second. You just fought half your team moves at the beginning of every strat phase, which is super fun. So I only played 1 game of them on In the Dark. I played 3 open. So.
Damn, I had the exact opposite. I played 3 Into the Dark on day 1, and then 3 open in total. So 4 Into the Dark, 3 open in total. But yeah, I played Brood Bros, which is another, like, I feel kind of bad for playing this team, just because they can kind of do it all.
They can do it all, but they do it all kind of slowly.
Yeah,
so like their
it
big
takes a lot of
weakness is
setup.
basically if you rush your opponent down, like if you play the rush down, the Scouts, the Commandos, the Felgor, and you just like, I will be at the mid-range, go ahead and take the free guy, and then the other 9 will just trade back and forth, and at the end of the day, you're like, well, all my my scary 9-wound operatives, they're all dead. It's like, oh yeah, because he only has 9 wounds.
Yeah.
So you just like rush down. On In the Dark is probably worse for Brood Brothers.
Yeah. It's been interesting because I played them kind of defensively. Like I would rush up 1 or 2 operatives who got shots. Like my grenade guy gets a throw. I'll ruthless coordinate something.
You play like a horde player, is what
Yeah,
you're saying.
I play a horde player. It's a horde team. It's a 7-wound team, and like the dudes are shitty, so you gotta stack them and set up a bunch of stuff before anything can happen. But yeah, I had a fun run. I went 4-3, so like solid winning record. I lost the bracket champs on a tiebreaker, which it was a good game. I'm not mad about it. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna play Brood Bros anymore.
Yeah. Exaction all the
I
way,
mean, who
baby.
knows how many toys we were about to get, right?
Yeah,
so
dude,
like,
I am
right now,
so
just play
excited.
whatever you want to play. Like for anyone who's still running any of the last edition turns, like who cares about the meta? Like none of the data is gonna matter. Everyone is out basically, right?
Yeah.
So there's just play whatever you want to play, have fun.
Yeah.
Go
Exactly.
use the
Fun at
time
this
right now. Use the time right now to like build your communities and like make sure that everyone who wants to play knows there's a new edition is like getting ready. Cause like it sounds freaking cool. Like looking at the stream, looking at the new ways to score points. It's like you don't have to just.
I'm so
Well, because
excited.
my
Yeah.
biggest gripe right now is at the high level play. You're like, I'm just play like a huge coward and sit on 3 points and wait. Like me.
Yeah.
It's not super interesting. So 3 objectives are going to really force you to like go punch your opponent because there's no even splits.
Yeah, I would like to say that asymmetric, odd number of objectives would force aggressive play on turn 1 and try and like whittle that down, take people off. But no, that's never gonna happen. It's gonna be, my entire team on conceal moves up 3 inches, and then opponent's team on conceal moves up 3 inches, and then turn 2.
The designer literally, I was sitting there. The designer literally made the joke. He's like, "It's not points team anymore. It's kill team." And I'm just,
Yeah, but killing isn't gonna happen until turn 2. Nothing's gonna happen.
an
till
aggressive turn 1, like a hyper-aggressive turn 1, is almost certainly going to like signal like kill op is your primary op.
turn 2. Yeah, maybe.
I think it's a pretty
in
good
the,
chance.
In the beginning, yeah, probably.
do we think kill up might be too good for certain teams?
Nah.
I
It's
think
only worth
it's-
a total third of your overall point scoring. Like
I think it's bad if you are playing an elite team and you've got 6 bodies and like it's easy enough to table you.
I think it's going to be the hardest to max.
I think it's balanced around the number of operators, so I doubt it'll matter that much.
It is because if your team starts at 6, you need to table to get
I
maximum.
think from what I remember seeing, everyone has to get tabled for the max points.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
like, yeah, if
I mean,
like now everyone can be a little blooded player. Or for all the blooded players, like I wish this is just how everyone played. Like your wish has been granted. Oh, that 75% is not enough. It must be 100.
all of them.
I'll be sad to see loot go. I heard loot's going away, and a lot of people don't like it, but I always thought it was fun. It made for interesting games.
Yeah, it does make for interesting games.
I mean, loot's been around for so long. I'd be so surprised if they actually just nicked it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
It's also really easy to grok. You're like, I'm just gonna go touch the thing. And for anyone who doesn't know what grokking is, it's like how fast your brain can understand a concept. So one of the ways that I like teaching people is like, I'm gonna try to give you the in-universe explanation so that there's 2 lines of attack on your brain. I'll push the wrinkle in 1 second at a time.
Yep.
This Space Marine bolt pistol, it has 4 dice.
Yeah, joke's on you. My brain's smooth.
Yeah.
Ain't no wrinkles here.
Well, just real quick, we got to wrap up here pretty soon, but I had a great time at Nova. I played a lot of really good players, played some really close games and some bad games. I got the chance to play against Leander and Joshua, and those games were just tons and tons of fun. I split my games right down the middle. I went 4-3, and that was my goal, so I'm a pretty happy camper. And, I think the thing that I've come to learn is that, it's knowledge is still the barrier for me. I've got a lot to learn about just sort of thinking about how people play in different ways. I've become very accustomed to playing the way that we play in, our triangle region of North Carolina meta, and that's just not the way that everybody else plays all the time.
Yeah, if you want to be a better player, go to tournaments, not in your local scene.
Absolutely, and that's something I really want to do in 3rd edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of 3rd edition tournaments, not in your local scene, the NYOpen coming up, October 26, 27.
Hell yeah.
Definitely going to be on the new edition. I wrote in the ticket that even if the game comes on the 26th, we will figure it out. It might be a bumpy ride, but I'm pretty sure that everyone coming is like, yeah, let's just play the new edition. So if I have to print out every single frickin' rule in the book 100 times just so we can play the game, that's what we're gonna do, just because I think it'll be more fun for us to just do it live.
I 100% agree.
And definitely when we do the Triangle Open, we'll be into the edition.
Yeah, that'll be well
So,
into the edition.
Yeah.
I like the idea of building the plane while flying it, though. A little chaos, it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, my favorite meme is always chaos is a ladder, because at the end of the day, the stuff that falls off, as long as you're a good sport and you can own it, like who cares?
Right.
Yeah, and I went to last NYOpen. That was an absolute blast. I had such a good time. I think I played 4 or 5. It was 6 rounds?
We played 6 rounds, yeah. 3
I
and
played
3.
5 New Yorkers and then John Reese. And I lost to 2nd and 3rd place. And I ain't mad about it.
Yeah, it's a pretty competitive region, between Nova, basically between the DC, Baltimore areas and the New York region. It's like I feel like a large chunk of some of the more competitive players. Then on the West Coast, we've got a good chunk, and then Pacific Northwest, we've got a good chunk.
Yep.
So
And then-
I'm excited for this year's World Championships. We're going to have a big spread of people, a big spread of personalities. I think they're saying, it'll be like over 100 people. So
And
it'll be
also,
cool.
congratulations to Orion Wolfram for winning the whole thing for Nova.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
he played spectacularly. I mean,
Won
the guy,
it in a Gellerpox mirror with John.
yeah,
Yes,
that dude
little
is a
squish off
phenom.
up in the top brackets.
Yeah, yeah.
Little Cronenberg horror machine. Yeah, because they're on the Gallowdark too. So like, I don't know
man.
what comes out of a space Hulk? I don't know, some either moist Gellerpox or metallic Gellerpox. Like I don't. Whatever happens, this Space Hulk is screwed.
Yeah, I think if anyone ever has a chance to watch him play, I highly encourage you to watch Orion play.
Or play him.
Or
It's
even
such
play
a fun
him.
time.
Yeah.
And if you guys want tips on how to play Gellerpox, he was on Just Another Kill Team podcast a while back, talking about the moist Gellerpox, his deep hulks.
Yeah.
I listened to that episode and it was really helpful for me as like not like a newer Gellerpox player, but for someone who's really trying to level up his game. And then same thing, like I got the chance to talk to Orion this weekend and it was just a super friendly and helpful dude. Gave me a lot of good advice. Yeah,
he absolutely stopped me like a month or two back in a team tournament, and it was one of the best games I've ever played.
But speaking of Just Another Kill Team podcast, if anybody out there is crazy enough to not already be listening to your show, you want to shout it out, tell them what it's all about?
Too kind. Just Another Kill Team podcast. Trying to bring all the communities together, one podcast at a time. Like to hop around the world, hop around different TOs, check in with some of the players from different regions just to give everybody some exposure because there's a lot of people playing and it's a lot of fun. And it's definitely like one of the communities that I've had the most fun in. So me and Jason are both in that headspace. Both of us help run our local groups. So being able to give space for other TOs who are passionate, I think the passion is the fun part.
Yeah,
so that's why we do it. Just like you guys are out here talking about your favorite thing right now.
Hell yeah.
Vox screaming it out.
Scream into the void.
Scream into the void. Let's go.
Oh God, yeah, that's gonna
One
be...
midnight clad operative at a time.
Oh,
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Can't even imagine what the next when we get into the new edition, just that 2-hour podcast is going to be discussing every faction, every change.
Oh my God, we're gonna have to.
Are we up 30 plus with bespoke teams?
Yeah.
Look, if you want to have a sweaty 3-hour podcast, I'm here for it. But
Absolutely, I will. That's not even a question.
But we've got to cut this episode short, I think. Any parting thoughts, you guys?
Yeah. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Don't do drugs unless they're very expensive.
Have fun, shill kill team. Make sure that your friends are ready for the new edition.
Yes.
Find some people who want some bugs. Find some people who want some dropship, hell divers. Just tell them like, hey, you've been playing hell divers for the last 3 months. You want to play hell divers for real? I'll play the bugs. Come kill me.
Yeah.
And just instead of playing the way Adrian played and hiding, just move up and just let him do it against some non-player operatives, perhaps in the new co-op mode.
Yeah.
Sounds dope. So thanks for having me on, guys. It's
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, and I'm just looking forward to the new edition, man. Everything looks sick. I'm really happy with the way the designers have been approaching it. And they were very kind, and I spoke to a lot of them, and I just want to shout them out too. Thank you for answering our questions. You did not have to do that. So.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. Peace. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Vox Screen. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, or anywhere else you get your podcasts. Please follow, subscribe, and leave us a review. Any of those things are going to help us grow. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back soon with another episode.